Welcome back again today. Juan Garrido, a significant figure in the 1500s, would be the first free black person to set foot on what is now the United States of America in current times. He was also a major figure in Mexico, engaged in expeditions to explore economic opportunities in the region. Such regions are Michoacan and Zacatula. Initially granted a house plot in Mexico City, he held positions of doorkeeper and protector of the Jatulipec aqueduct. Juan was a conquistador, or in Spanish, a conqueror. He would be born around the 1480s in West Africa and would eventually travel to Portugal. As a young man, he would convert to the Roman Catholic Church and took on the name Juan Garrido. His name would mean in Spanish, Handsome John. He would serve the Spanish Empire as a conquistador for 30 years. He would go on to join Ponce de Leon's famous expedition to Florida in what is now the United States. This expedition was to find the Fountain of Youth, and this is the earliest European record of a black person in America. Wheat bread played a cultural role as a symbol of elite social status amongst the growing Spanish settlers in Mexico. In 1502, he would travel to what is now Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, and participated in the invasions of Puerto Rico and Cuba. He would eventually settle in Mexico City, married, and had 3 children. Known for harvesting the first wheat in the New World for commercial use, Garrido played a crucial role in expeditions to Michoacan in the 1520s. He later provided testimonies about his 30 years of service as a conquistador in 1538. From the beginning of Spanish colonization in the Americas, Africans voluntarily participated in expeditions, but primarily as kidnapped slaves. Nuno de Guzman swept through the region in 1529 to 1530 with the aid of black auxiliaries. Despite financial setbacks from a gold rush venture, Garrido joined Hernandez Cortez in Baja California expeditions in the 1530s. They would face challenges like poor weather and disease. Garrido would work in the gold mining operation, but ultimately the expedition failed. He was still a free man, but profited from the local slave labor. Legal documents indicated Garrido's death in Mexico City between 1547 and 1550. He would leave behind a wife and 3 children. In 1538, Garrido provided testimonies on his 30 years of service as a conquistador. I, Juan Garrido, black in color, resident of the city in Mexico, appear before your mercy and state that I am in need of providing evidence to the perpetuity of the king. A report on how I served your majesty in the conquest and pacification of this new Spain. From the time when Marquis Cortez entered it, and in his company I was present at all the invasions and conquests and pacifications which were carried out. Always with this said Cortez, all of which I did at my own expense without being given either salary or allotment of natives or anything else. I did not harm anyone, but I wanted to experience a new world. I cannot say much for the others that I travel with. As I am married and a resident of this city where I have always lived, and also as I went with the Cortez to discover the islands which are in part of the Southern Sea, where there are much hunger and privation, and also as I went to discover and pacify the islands of San Juan de Puerto Rico and also as I went on the pacification and conquest of the island of Cuba with the Diego Velazquez. In all these ways for 30 years have I served and continue to serve your majesty. For these reasons stated above, do I petition your mercy. And also because I was the first to have the inspiration to sow maize here in New Spain, and to see if it took, I did this and experimented at my own expense. Please like the video, subscribe, make sure you turn on the bell notification, make sure you pick the upper or the top bell notification so you get all my videos. Add me on all social medias, which is Afric Network, and until next time, peace, one love.